Medieval.
Relating to the Middle Ages.
Medieval castle. Medieval castle. Medieval history. Medieval history. Medieval times. Medieval times. Fascinating.
Extremely interesting.
Fascinating story. Fascinating story. Find it fascinating. Find it fascinating. Fascinating personality. Fascinating personality. Dock.
A place for ships to load/unload.
Ship and dock. Ship and dock. Dock a boat. Dock a boat. Cargo dock. Cargo dock. Retreat.
To move back.
Military retreat. Military retreat. Retreat into silence. Retreat into silence. Retreat to safety. Retreat to safety. Productivity.
Rate of production.
Increase productivity. Increase productivity. Low productivity. Low productivity. Work productivity. Work productivity. Shiny.
Reflecting light.
Shiny shoes. Shiny shoes. Shiny surface. Shiny surface. Shiny hair. Shiny hair. Organism.
A living being.
Single-celled organism. Single-celled organism. Living organism. Living organism. Complex organism. Complex organism. Sow.
To plant seeds.
Sow seeds. Sow seeds. Sow the field. Sow the field. Sowed out. Sowed out. Courageous.
Showing bravery.
Courageous act. Courageous act. Be courageous. Be courageous. Courageous decision. Courageous decision. Kneel.
To go down on knees.
Kneel in prayer. Kneel in prayer. Kneel before. Kneel before. Kneel down. Kneel down. Procession.
A line of people moving forward.
Funeral procession. Funeral procession. Grand procession. Grand procession. Procession of cars. Procession of cars. Majesty.
Impressive beauty or royal title.
Your Majesty. Your Majesty. Natural majesty. Natural majesty. Royal Majesty. Royal Majesty. Suspicion.
Believe something is wrong.
Strong suspicion. Strong suspicion. Arouse suspicion. Arouse suspicion. Under suspicion. Under suspicion. Desperately.
With great urgency.
Desperately need. Desperately need. Try desperately. Try desperately. Desperately hope. Desperately hope. Startle.
To surprise suddenly.
Startle someone. Startle someone. Startle easily. Startle easily. Loud noise startled. Loud noise startled. Heir.
A person who receives property or title.
Legal heir. Legal heir. Heir to the throne. Heir to the throne. Only heir. Only heir. Illusion.
False idea or appearance.
Optical illusion. Optical illusion. Illusion of safety. Illusion of safety. Live in illusion. Live in illusion. Progressive.
Favoring change and improvement.
Progressive ideas. Progressive ideas. Progressive policy. Progressive policy. Progressive movement. Progressive movement. Utter.
Complete or to say something.
Utter nonsense. Utter nonsense. Utter a word. Utter a word. Utter silence. Utter silence. Mourn.
To feel sorrow for someone's death.
Mourn a loss. Mourn a loss. Mourn deeply. Mourn deeply. Mourn the dead. Mourn the dead. Solely.
Not involving anyone or anything else.
Solely responsible. Solely responsible. Solely for fun. Solely for fun. Solely based on. Solely based on. Strive.
To work hard for something.
Strive for success. Strive for success. Strive to improve. Strive to improve. Continue to strive. Continue to strive. Snatch.
To take quickly and suddenly.
Snatch a bag. Snatch a bag. Snatch away. Snatch away. Quick snatch. Quick snatch. Omit.
To leave out.
Omit details. Omit details. Omit from the list. Omit from the list. Omit entirely. Omit entirely. Sole.
Only one.
Sole purpose. Sole purpose. Sole survivor. Sole survivor. Sole responsibility. Sole responsibility. Despise.
To strongly dislike.
Despise injustice. Despise injustice. Despise someone. Despise someone. Despise weakness. Despise weakness. Obedience.
Doing what is ordered.
Strict obedience. Strict obedience. Obedience to rules. Obedience to rules. Show obedience. Show obedience. Boredom.
State of being bored.
Feel boredom. Feel boredom. 'Cause boredom. 'Cause boredom. Overcome boredom. Overcome boredom. Furnish.
To supply furniture or equipment.
Furnish a room. Furnish a room. Fully furnished. Fully furnished. Furnish details. Furnish details. Daring.
Showing bravery.
Daring move. Daring move. Daring explorer. Daring explorer. Daring rescue. Daring rescue. Appreciation.
Thankful recognition.
Show appreciation. Show appreciation. Art appreciation. Art appreciation. Deep appreciation. Deep appreciation. Prosper.
To succeed or grow.
Business prospers. Business prospers. Prosper in life. Prosper in life. Prosper economically. Prosper economically. Rosy.
Hopeful or pink-colored.
Rosy future. Rosy future. Rosy cheeks. Rosy cheeks. Rosy outlook. Rosy outlook. Noticeable.
Easily seen.
Noticeable change. Noticeable change. Noticeable improvement. Noticeable improvement. Barely noticeable. Barely noticeable. Fantastic.
Extremely good or imaginative.
Fantastic idea. Fantastic idea. Feel fantastic. Feel fantastic. Fantastic world. Fantastic world. Vivid.
Very clear and detailed.
Vivid memory. Vivid memory. Vivid colors. Vivid colors. Vivid imagination. Vivid imagination. Brutal.
Extremely cruel.
Brutal attack. Brutal attack. Brutal honesty. Brutal honesty. Brutal crime. Brutal crime. Disguise.
To hide identity.
In disguise. In disguise. Disguise voice. Disguise voice. Disguise as a guard. Disguise as a guard. Consult.
To seek advice.
Consult a doctor. Consult a doctor. Consult with family. Consult with family. Consult the manual. Consult the manual. Frustration.
Feeling of being upset.
Feel frustration. Feel frustration. Source of frustration. Source of frustration. Deal with frustration. Deal with frustration. Cunning.
Clever in a deceitful way.
Cunning trick. Cunning trick. Use cunning. Use cunning. Cunning smile. Cunning smile. Prescription.
A written medicine order.
Get a prescription. Get a prescription. Prescription drugs. Prescription drugs. Fill a prescription. Fill a prescription. Particle.
A very small piece.
Dust particle. Dust particle. Tiny particle. Tiny particle. Subatomic particle. Subatomic particle. Hug.
To hold someone tightly.
Give a hug. Give a hug. Hug tightly. Hug tightly. Warm hug. Warm hug. Absurd.
Wildly unreasonable.
Absurd idea. Absurd idea. Completely absurd. Completely absurd. Absurd situation. Absurd situation. Assemble.
To bring together.
Assemble furniture. Assemble furniture. Assemble the team. Assemble the team. Assemble parts. Assemble parts. Refusal.
The act of saying no.
Firm refusal. Firm refusal. Refusal to answer. Refusal to answer. Meet with refusal. Meet with refusal. Uncertainty.
Not being sure.
Economic uncertainty. Economic uncertainty. Feeling of uncertainty. Feeling of uncertainty. Uncertainty about future. Uncertainty about future. Conceal.
To keep something secret.
Conceal a weapon. Conceal a weapon. Conceal the truth. Conceal the truth. Conceal emotions. Conceal emotions. Expedition.
A long journey for a purpose.
Scientific expedition. Scientific expedition. Expedition team. Expedition team. Go on an expedition. Go on an expedition. Unjust.
Not based on fairness.
Unjust system. Unjust system. Unjust treatment. Unjust treatment. Feel unjustly accused. Feel unjustly accused. Tragic.
Causing great sadness.
Tragic accident. Tragic accident. Tragic ending. Tragic ending. Tragic hero. Tragic hero. Edit.
To prepare text or media.
Edit a document. Edit a document. Video edit. Video edit. Edit for clarity. Edit for clarity. Declaration.
A formal statement.
Make a declaration. Make a declaration. Tax declaration. Tax declaration. Independence declaration. Independence declaration. Vow.
A solemn promise.
Wedding vow. Wedding vow. Vow to protect. Vow to protect. Keep a vow. Keep a vow. Tighten.
To make tighter.
Tighten the screws. Tighten the screws. Tighten control. Tighten control. Tighten the lid. Tighten the lid. Tolerate.
To accept without protest.
Tolerate noise. Tolerate noise. Tolerate differences. Tolerate differences. Tolerate pain. Tolerate pain. Gloomy.
Dark or sad.
Gloomy weather. Gloomy weather. Feel gloomy. Feel gloomy. Gloomy future. Gloomy future. Suspend.
To stop temporarily.
Suspend a project. Suspend a project. Suspend from school. Suspend from school. Suspend judgment. Suspend judgment. Imitation.
The act of copying.
Imitation leather. Imitation leather. Poor imitation. Poor imitation. Perfect imitation. Perfect imitation. Acquisition.
The act of gaining.
Language acquisition. Language acquisition. Acquisition of skills. Acquisition of skills. Company acquisition. Company acquisition. Warrior.
A brave or experienced soldier.
Ancient warrior. Ancient warrior. Brave warrior. Brave warrior. Warrior spirit. Warrior spirit. Verb.
A word showing action.
Use a verb. Use a verb. Irregular verb. Irregular verb. Main verb. Main verb. Physically.
In a bodily manner.
Physically fit. Physically fit. Physically active. Physically active. Physically tired. Physically tired. Batch.
A group of items.
A batch of cookies. A batch of cookies. Batch number. Batch number. Batch processing. Batch processing. Honorable.
Deserving respect.
Honorable mention. Honorable mention. Honorable person. Honorable person. Honorable title. Honorable title. Anticipate.
To look forward to or expect.
Anticipate change. Anticipate change. Highly anticipated. Highly anticipated. Anticipate problems. Anticipate problems. Volcano.
A mountain that erupts.
Active volcano. Active volcano. Dormant volcano. Dormant volcano. Volcano eruption. Volcano eruption. Sentiment.
A personal feeling.
Public sentiment. Public sentiment. Emotional sentiment. Emotional sentiment. National sentiment. National sentiment. Severely.
To a great degree.
Severely damaged. Severely damaged. Severely punished. Severely punished. Severely limited. Severely limited. Flexible.
Able to bend or adjust.
Flexible schedule. Flexible schedule. Flexible rules. Flexible rules. Flexible mind. Flexible mind. Feast.
A large meal.
Holiday feast. Holiday feast. Feast on meat. Feast on meat. Wedding feast. Wedding feast. Eagerly.
With great interest.
Eagerly await. Eagerly await. Listen eagerly. Listen eagerly. Eagerly join. Eagerly join. Soar.
To rise quickly.
Prices soar. Prices soar. Soar into the sky. Soar into the sky. Soaring temperature. Soaring temperature. Fertile.
Able to produce abundantly.
Fertile soil. Fertile soil. Fertile imagination. Fertile imagination. Fertile land. Fertile land. Overhead.
Located above.
Overhead light. Overhead light. Fly overhead. Fly overhead. Overhead bin. Overhead bin. Modify.
To make small changes.
Modify a plan. Modify a plan. Genetically modified. Genetically modified. Modify behavior. Modify behavior. Bond.
A connection or financial instrument.
Strong bond. Strong bond. Bond between friends. Bond between friends. Government bond. Government bond. Comprehension.
Ability to understand.
Reading comprehension. Reading comprehension. Lack comprehension. Lack comprehension. Test comprehension. Test comprehension. Irony.
Saying the opposite of what is meant.
Use irony. Use irony. Verbal irony. Verbal irony. Bitter irony. Bitter irony. Surgeon.
A doctor who performs operations.
Heart surgeon. Heart surgeon. Skilled surgeon. Skilled surgeon. Surgeon general. Surgeon general. Lick.
To pass the tongue over.
Lick the spoon. Lick the spoon. Lick a wound. Lick a wound. Dog licks face. Dog licks face. Refuge.
A safe place.
Seek refuge. Seek refuge. Refuge from war. Refuge from war. Refugee camp. Refugee camp. Bulk.
Large size or quantity.
Buy in bulk. Buy in bulk. Bulk of the work. Bulk of the work. Bulk order. Bulk order. Peel.
To remove the outer layer.
Peel an apple. Peel an apple. Orange peel. Orange peel. Peel off. Peel off. Cactus.
A desert plant.
Cactus grows. Cactus grows. Spiky cactus. Spiky cactus. Cactus garden. Cactus garden. Grieve.
To feel deep sorrow.
Grieve for a loss. Grieve for a loss. Grieve deeply. Grieve deeply. Allow time to grieve. Allow time to grieve. Forehead.
The front of the head.
Wipe forehead. Wipe forehead. Broad forehead. Broad forehead. Kiss on the forehead. Kiss on the forehead. Productive.
Producing a lot.
Productive day. Productive day. Productive meeting. Productive meeting. Highly productive. Highly productive. Aisle.
A walkway between seats or shelves.
Walk down the aisle. Walk down the aisle. Aisle seat. Aisle seat. Grocery aisle. Grocery aisle. Sphere.
A round object or area of activity.
Political sphere. Political sphere. Sphere of influence. Sphere of influence. Earth sphere. Earth sphere. Insure.
To protect financially.
Insure a car. Insure a car. Fully insured. Fully insured. Insure against loss. Insure against loss. Dense.
Closely packed.
Dense forest. Dense forest. Dense population. Dense population. Dense fog. Dense fog. Dip.
To lower or soak briefly.
Dip into water. Dip into water. Dip in temperature. Dip in temperature. Chip dip. Chip dip. Distress.
Extreme sorrow or pain.
Emotional distress. Emotional distress. Financial distress. Financial distress. In great distress. In great distress. Prominent.
Easily seen or important.
Prominent figure. Prominent figure. Prominent position. Prominent position. Prominent role. Prominent role. Statesman.
A skilled political leader.
Respected statesman. Respected statesman. Elder statesman. Elder statesman. Great statesman. Great statesman. Experimental.
Based on testing.
Experimental stage. Experimental stage. Experimental method. Experimental method. Experimental drug. Experimental drug. Isolated.
Far from others.
Isolated village. Isolated village. Feel isolated. Feel isolated. Isolated incident. Isolated incident. Likewise.
In the same way.
Act likewise. Act likewise. Respond likewise. Respond likewise. Thank you, likewise. Thank you, likewise. Sue.
To take legal action against.
Sue a company. Sue a company. Sue for damages. Sue for damages. Sue in court. Sue in court. Remedy.
A cure or solution.
Natural remedy. Natural remedy. Remedy for a problem. Remedy for a problem. Seek a remedy. Seek a remedy. Electronics.
Electronic equipment.
Bioelectronics. Bioelectronics. Consumer electronics. Consumer electronics. Electronic store. Electronic store. Fluent.
Able to speak or write smoothly.
Fluent in English. Fluent in English. Fluent speaker. Fluent speaker. Fluent writing. Fluent writing. Farewell.
A goodbye.
Farewell party. Farewell party. Farewell speech. Farewell speech. Bid farewell. Bid farewell. Fierce.
Very strong or aggressive.
Fierce competition. Fierce competition. Fierce storm. Fierce storm. Fierce expression. Fierce expression. Sprinkle.
To scatter small drops or pieces.
Sprinkle salt. Sprinkle salt. Sprinkle water. Sprinkle water. Sprinkle on top. Sprinkle on top. Prevail.
To be widespread or win.
Prevail in battle. Prevail in battle. Prevailing opinion. Prevailing opinion. Justice prevails. Justice prevails. Canine.
Related to dogs.
Canine teeth. Canine teeth. Canine species. Canine species. Trained canine. Trained canine. Patron.
A supporter of an organization or person.
Art patron. Art patron. Loyal patron. Loyal patron. Patron of the arts. Patron of the arts. Fetch.
To go get something.
Fetch a ball. Fetch a ball. Fetch water. Fetch water. Fetch a high price. Fetch a high price. Plead.
To ask earnestly.
Plead for help. Plead for help. Plead guilty. Plead guilty. Plead with someone. Plead with someone. Consensus.
General agreement.
Reach a consensus. Reach a consensus. General consensus. General consensus. Lack of consensus. Lack of consensus. Suspicious.
Not trusting something.
Suspicious behavior. Suspicious behavior. Suspicious package. Suspicious package. Look suspicious. Look suspicious. Accurately.
In a correct manner.
Measure accurately. Measure accurately. Predict accurately. Predict accurately. Describe accurately. Describe accurately. Resign.
To leave a job.
Resign from a position. Resign from a position. Resign as president. Resign as president. Forced to resign. Forced to resign. Stain.
To mark or damage.
Remove a stain. Remove a stain. Blood stain. Blood stain. Stained clothes. Stained clothes. Oriental.
Relating to the East.
Oriental culture. Oriental culture. Oriental cuisine. Oriental cuisine. Oriental medicine. Oriental medicine. Dissolve.
To mix into a liquid.
Dissolve sugar. Dissolve sugar. Dissolve completely. Dissolve completely. Dissolve a company. Dissolve a company. Moderate.
Not too much, or too little.
Moderate climate. Moderate climate. Moderate exercise. Moderate exercise. Moderate increase. Moderate increase. Microwave.
A device for heating food.
Use a microwave. Use a microwave. Microwave oven. Microwave oven. Microwave popcorn. Microwave popcorn. Imperfect.
Having faults.
Imperfect system. Imperfect system. Imperfect knowledge. Imperfect knowledge. Slightly imperfect. Slightly imperfect. Torch.
A portable light.
Hold a torch. Hold a torch. Torch relay. Torch relay. Burn with a torch. Burn with a torch. Trim.
To make neat by cutting.
Trim the hedge. Trim the hedge. Trim hair. Trim hair. Trim expenses. Trim expenses. Defect.
A flaw or weakness.
Product defect. Product defect. Genetic defect. Genetic defect. Serious defect. Serious defect. Optimistic.
Expecting good things.
Optimistic view. Optimistic view. Remain optimistic. Remain optimistic. Optimistic forecast. Optimistic forecast. Evaluation.
A judgment or assessment.
Performance evaluation. Performance evaluation. Teacher evaluation. Teacher evaluation. Self-evaluation. Self-evaluation. Attendant.
Someone who assists.
Flight attendant. Flight attendant. Parking attendant. Parking attendant. Attendant at the hospital. Attendant at the hospital. Rag.
A small piece of cloth.
Dirty rag. Dirty rag. Wipe with a rag. Wipe with a rag. Old rag. Old rag. Rib.
A curved bone in the chest.
Broken rib. Broken rib. Spare ribs. Spare ribs. Feel rib pain. Feel rib pain. Condense.
To make more compact.
Condense a text. Condense a text. Condensed milk. Condensed milk. Condense into droplets. Condense into droplets. Wit.
Clever humor.
Sharp wit. Sharp wit. Sense of wit. Sense of wit. Quick wit. Quick wit. Unaware.
Not knowing.
Unaware of danger. Unaware of danger. Completely unaware. Completely unaware. Remain unaware. Remain unaware. Sacred.
Connected with God or religion.
Sacred ground. Sacred ground. Sacred ceremony. Sacred ceremony. Sacred text. Sacred text. Faithfully.
In a loyal and accurate way.
Serve faithfully. Serve faithfully. Faithfully follow. Faithfully follow. Report faithfully. Report faithfully. Flourish.
To grow successfully.
Business flourishes. Business flourishes. Flourish in art. Flourish in art. Flourishing economy. Flourishing economy. Accomplishment.
Something successfully completed.
Great accomplishment. Great accomplishment. Personal accomplishment. Personal accomplishment. Celebrate accomplishment. Celebrate accomplishment. Diligent.
Working hard.
Diligent student. Diligent student. Diligent effort. Diligent effort. Study diligently. Study diligently. Clay.
Soft earth used in pottery.
Shape clay. Shape clay. Clay pot. Clay pot. Wet clay. Wet clay. Regulate.
To control by rules.
Regulate traffic. Regulate traffic. Regulate temperature. Regulate temperature. Government regulates. Government regulates. Misfortune.
Bad luck.
Suffer misfortune. Suffer misfortune. Stroke of misfortune. Stroke of misfortune. Series of misfortunes. Series of misfortunes. Forbid.
To not allow.
Forbid smoking. Forbid smoking. Strictly forbidden. Strictly forbidden. Law forbids. Law forbids. Inspiration.
A sudden idea or influence.
Source of inspiration. Source of inspiration. Seek inspiration. Seek inspiration. Creative inspiration. Creative inspiration. Gleam.
A small flash of light.
Gleam of hope. Gleam of hope. Eyes gleam. Eyes gleam. Gleaming metal. Gleaming metal. Protective.
Keeping safe.
Protective gear. Protective gear. Protective mother. Protective mother. Protective barrier. Protective barrier. Onward.
Moving forward.
Onward journey. Onward journey. March onward. March onward. Onward progress. Onward progress. Immensely.
To a great extent.
Immensely popular. Immensely popular. Immensely helpful. Immensely helpful. Immensely grateful. Immensely grateful. Promptly.
Without delay.
Reply promptly. Reply promptly. Promptly arrive. Promptly arrive. Promptly dealt with. Promptly dealt with. Bump.
A hit or raised area.
Bump into someone. Bump into someone. Speed bump. Speed bump. Feel a bump. Feel a bump. Ward.
A division in a hospital or city.
Hospital ward. Hospital ward. Intensive care ward. Intensive care ward. Tokyo ward. Tokyo ward. Freshman.
A first-year student.
College freshman. College freshman. High school freshman. High school freshman. Freshman year. Freshman year. Refine.
To improve or purify.
Refine a skill. Refine a skill. Refined sugar. Refined sugar. Refine manners. Refine manners. Dim.
Not bright.
Dim light. Dim light. Dim the lights. Dim the lights. Dim memory. Dim memory. Resume.
To begin again.
Resume work. Resume work. Resume negotiations. Resume negotiations. Submit a resume. Submit a resume. Eternal.
Lasting forever.
Eternal love. Eternal love. Eternal life. Eternal life. Eternal truth. Eternal truth. Colonial.
Related to colonies.
Colonial rule. Colonial rule. Colonial power. Colonial power. Colonial history. Colonial history. Arithmetic.
Basic mathematics.
Study arithmetic. Study arithmetic. Arithmetic problem. Arithmetic problem. Arithmetic skill. Arithmetic skill. Esteem.
Respect or admiration.
Hold in esteem. Hold in esteem. Low self-esteem. Low self-esteem. Esteem the teacher. Esteem the teacher. Currency.
System of money.
Foreign currency. Foreign currency. Currency exchange. Currency exchange. Digital currency. Digital currency. Ridiculous.
Very silly.
Ridiculous idea. Ridiculous idea. Look ridiculous. Look ridiculous. Utterly ridiculous. Utterly ridiculous. Calculation.
The process of calculating.
Perform calculation. Perform calculation. Mental calculation. Mental calculation. Accurate calculation. Accurate calculation. Terrific.
Very good or intense.
Terrific performance. Terrific performance. Feel terrific. Feel terrific. Terrific noise. Terrific noise. Stitch.
To sew or a single loop.
Stitch a wound. Stitch a wound. Missing stitch. Missing stitch. Hand stitch. Hand stitch. Pasture.
Land for grazing animals.
Green pasture. Green pasture. Graze in pasture. Graze in pasture. Cattle pasture. Cattle pasture. Thorn.
A sharp point on a plant.
Rose thorn. Rose thorn. Thorn in the side. Thorn in the side. Thorn bush. Thorn bush. Twilight.
The time after sunset.
Twilight hours. Twilight hours. Twilight sky. Twilight sky. In the twilight. In the twilight. Moan.
A sound of pain or discomfort.
Moan and pain. Moan and pain. Loud moan. Loud moan. Moan about work. Moan about work. Lame.
Unable to walk properly or weak.
Lame excuse. Lame excuse. Lame horse. Lame horse. Sound lame. Sound lame. Legally.
According to the law.
Legally allowed. Legally allowed. Legally binding. Legally binding. Legally registered. Legally registered. Seemingly.
As it appears.
Seemingly harmless. Seemingly harmless. Seemingly endless. Seemingly endless. Seemingly easy. Seemingly easy. Singular.
One or unusual.
Singular form. Singular form. Singular talent. Singular talent. Singular focus. Singular focus. Condemn.
To strongly disapprove or punish.
Condemn violence. Condemn violence. Condemn to death. Condemn to death. Internationally condemned. Internationally condemned. Catastrophe.
A terrible event.
Natural catastrophe. Natural catastrophe. Economic catastrophe. Economic catastrophe. End in catastrophe. End in catastrophe. Colleague.
A person you work with.
Trusted colleague. Trusted colleague. Meet with colleagues. Meet with colleagues. Former colleague. Former colleague. Passionate.
Showing strong feeling.
Passionate speech. Passionate speech. Passionate love. Passionate love. Passionate about art. Passionate about art. Diplomatic.
Related to diplomacy or tact.
Diplomatic solution. Diplomatic solution. Diplomatic relations. Diplomatic relations. Diplomatic approach. Diplomatic approach. Widow.
A woman whose husband has died.
War widow. War widow. Widow with children. Widow with children. Support widows. Support widows. Deadline.
The final time something is due.
Meet a deadline. Meet a deadline. Tight deadline. Tight deadline. Project deadline. Project deadline. Proclaim.
To declare publicly.
Proclaim independence. Proclaim independence. Proudly proclaim. Proudly proclaim. Proclaim victory. Proclaim victory. Enlarge.
To make bigger.
Enlarge a photo. Enlarge a photo. Enlarge the image. Enlarge the image. Enlarge the scope. Enlarge the scope. Stern.
Serious and unrelenting.
Stern look. Stern look. Stern warning. Stern warning. Stern teacher. Stern teacher. Ivory.
A hard white material from elephant tusks.
Ivory color. Ivory color. Ivory trade. Ivory trade. Carved ivory. Carved ivory. Outlet.
An opening or retail shop.
Power outlet. Power outlet. Factory outlet. Factory outlet. Emotional outlet. Emotional outlet. Steer.
To control direction.
Steer a car. Steer a car. Steer the conversation. Steer the conversation. Steer the ship. Steer the ship. Hay.
Dried grass for animals.
Bale of hay. Bale of hay. Hayfield. Hayfield. Stack hay. Stack hay. Erect.
To construct or put upright.
Erect a monument. Erect a monument. Stand erect. Stand erect. Erect barriers. Erect barriers. Stumble.
To trip or hesitate.
Stumble on a stone. Stumble on a stone. Stumble through a speech. Stumble through a speech. Stumble upon a clue. Stumble upon a clue. Bug.
An insect or computer error.
Software bug. Software bug. Catch a bug. Catch a bug. Squash a bug. Squash a bug. Grim.
Harsh or depressing.
Grim reality. Grim reality. Grim expression. Grim expression. Grim future. Grim future. Cathedral.
A large important church.
Gothic cathedral. Gothic cathedral. Visit a cathedral. Visit a cathedral. Cathedral choir. Cathedral choir. Robbery.
The act of stealing.
Armed robbery. Armed robbery. Bank robbery. Bank robbery. Report a robbery. Report a robbery. Slap.
A sharp hit with the hand.
Slap on the face. Slap on the face. Give a slap. Give a slap. Sound of a slap. Sound of a slap. Awkward.
Uncomfortable or lacking skill.
Awkward silence. Awkward silence. Awkward moment. Awkward moment. Awkward posture. Awkward posture. Lark.
A type of bird or playful activity.
Sing like a lark. Sing like a lark. On a lark. On a lark. Morning lark. Morning lark. Separation.
The act of dividing.
Legal separation. Legal separation. Separation anxiety. Separation anxiety. Wall of separation. Wall of separation. Makeup.
Cosmetic or composition.
Wear makeup. Wear makeup. Genetic makeup. Genetic makeup. Makeup test. Makeup test. Dye.
Coloring material.
Hair dye. Hair dye. Dye fabric. Dye fabric. Natural dye. Natural dye. Swell.
To grow larger.
Swell with pride. Swell with pride. Swollen ankle. Swollen ankle. Swell in number. Swell in number. Organic.
Grow naturally.
Organic food. Organic food. Organic growth. Organic growth. Certified organic. Certified organic. Ideally.
In the best way.
Ideally suited. Ideally suited. Ideally located. Ideally located. Live ideally. Live ideally. Dread.
To fear greatly.
Dread the worst. Dread the worst. Face with dread. Face with dread. Live in dread. Live in dread. Oblige.
To force or do a favor.
Feel obliged. Feel obliged. Oblige someone. Oblige someone. Oblige by law. Oblige by law. Perish.
To die or be destroyed.
Perish in war. Perish in war. Perishable food. Perishable food. Many perished. Many perished. Barn.
A farm building for storage.
Barn full of hay. Barn full of hay. Open the barn. Open the barn. Barn door. Barn door. Economist.
A person who studies the economy.
Famous economist. Famous economist. Economic theory. Economic theory. Economist report. Economist report. Delightful.
Very pleasing.
Delightful evening. Delightful evening. Delightful meal. Delightful meal. Find it delightful. Find it delightful. Exaggerate.
To make something seem bigger.
Exaggerate the truth. Exaggerate the truth. Slightly exaggerated. Slightly exaggerated. Tend to exaggerate. Tend to exaggerate. Continuous.
Without interruption.
Continuous flow. Continuous flow. Continuous noise. Continuous noise. Continuous process. Continuous process. Proven.
Shown to be true.
Proven method. Proven method. Proven results. Proven results. Scientifically proven. Scientifically proven. Unity.
Being together or in agreement.
National unity. National unity. Sense of unity. Sense of unity. Promote unity. Promote unity. Destiny.
What is meant to happen.
Believe in destiny. Believe in destiny. Change destiny. Change destiny. Accept your destiny. Accept your destiny. Recess.
A short break or hollow space.
School recess. School recess. Recess in the wall. Recess in the wall. Lunch recess. Lunch recess. Abundance.
A large quantity.
Live in abundance. Live in abundance. Abundance of food. Abundance of food. Natural abundance. Natural abundance. Witch.
A woman with magical powers.
Wicked witch. Wicked witch. Witch hunt. Witch hunt. Fairy tale witch. Fairy tale witch. Glorious.
Wonderful or full of glory.
Glorious victory. Glorious victory. Glorious weather. Glorious weather. Glorious past. Glorious past. Damp.
Slightly wet.
Damp cloth. Damp cloth. Damp air. Damp air. Damp the surface. Damp the surface. Dispose.
To throw away or arrange.
Dispose of waste. Dispose of waste. Properly disposed. Properly disposed. Dispose items. Dispose items. Commotion.
A noisy disturbance.
Cause a commotion. Cause a commotion. Sudden commotion. Sudden commotion. Commotion outside. Commotion outside. Thermometer.
A device to measure temperature.
Check the thermometer. Check the thermometer. Digital thermometer. Digital thermometer. High thermometer reading. High thermometer reading. Groan.
A sound of pain or despair.
Groan in pain. Groan in pain. Loud groan. Loud groan. Groan from the crowd. Groan from the crowd. Consume.
To use up.
Consume energy. Consume energy. Consume quickly. Consume quickly. Consume food. Consume food. Violate.
To break a rule or law.
Violate a rule. Violate a rule. Violate privacy. Violate privacy. Violate agreement. Violate agreement. Frequency.
How often something occurs.
High frequency. High frequency. Frequency of use. Frequency of use. Radio frequency. Radio frequency. Agony.
Intense pain.
Cry in agony. Cry in agony. Die in agony. Die in agony. Agonizing pain. Agonizing pain. Tempt.
To attract or persuade.
Tempt with sweets. Tempt with sweets. Too tempting. Too tempting. Tempt fate. Tempt fate. Uncommon.
Not frequently seen.
Uncommon name. Uncommon name. Uncommon situation. Uncommon situation. Become uncommon. Become uncommon. Famine.
A severe shortage of food.
Severe famine. Severe famine. Famine relief. Famine relief. Famine in the region. Famine in the region. Punctual.
Arriving, or doing something on time.
Punctual person. Punctual person. Be punctual. Be punctual. Punctual arrival. Punctual arrival. Summon.
To call to appear.
Summon help. Summon help. Summon to court. Summon to court. Summon courage. Summon courage. Twinkle.
Shine with a flickering light.
Star twinkles. Star twinkles. Twinkle in eyes. Twinkle in eyes. Twinkle at night. Twinkle at night. Hell.
A loud cry or noise.
Wolf howls. Wolf howls. Howl in pain. Howl in pain. Howl of wind. Howl of wind. Stubborn.
Unwilling to change.
Stubborn child. Stubborn child. Stubborn attitude. Stubborn attitude. Remain stubborn. Remain stubborn. Detour.
A longer way taken.
Take a detour. Take a detour. Road detour. Road detour. Detour sign. Detour sign. Flatter.
To praise excessively.
Flatter someone. Flatter someone. Feel flattered. Feel flattered. Flatter unnecessarily. Flatter unnecessarily. Inhabit.
To live in a place.
Inhabit the island. Inhabit the island. Inhabit a region. Inhabit a region. Densely inhabited. Densely inhabited. Frown.
To show displeasure with the face.
Frown at noise. Frown at noise. Deep frown. Deep frown. Frown lines. Frown lines. Psychology.
The study of the mind.
Study psychology. Study psychology. Clinical psychology. Clinical psychology. Psychology professor. Psychology professor. Prudent.
Acting with care and thought.
Prudent decision. Prudent decision. Be prudent. Be prudent. Financially prudent. Financially prudent. Genuine.
Real or honest.
Genuine smile. Genuine smile. Genuine product. Genuine product. Genuine feeling. Genuine feeling. Conductor.
Person who directs or leads.
Train conductor. Train conductor. Orchestra conductor. Orchestra conductor. Electric conductor. Electric conductor. Publisher.
A person or company that prints books.
Major publisher. Major publisher. Book publisher. Book publisher. Publisher's logo. Publisher's logo. Monarch.
A royal ruler.
Absolute monarch. Absolute monarch. Monarch butterfly. Monarch butterfly. The monarch of England. The monarch of England. Blaze.
A bright fire.
Blaze of fire. Blaze of fire. Blaze brightly. Blaze brightly. News blazed. News blazed. Heap.
A messy pile.
Heap of clothes. Heap of clothes. Heap praise. Heap praise. Garbage heap. Garbage heap. Exclaim.
To speak suddenly and loudly.
Exclaim with joy. Exclaim with joy. Exclaim in surprise. Exclaim in surprise. Exclaim loudly. Exclaim loudly. Sob.
To cry noisily.
Cry and sob. Cry and sob. Hear a sob. Hear a sob. Sob in grief. Sob in grief. Chaos.
Complete disorder.
In total chaos. In total chaos. Traffic chaos. Traffic chaos. Create chaos. Create chaos. Exploration.
The act of exploring.
Space exploration. Space exploration. Exploration of ideas. Exploration of ideas. Oil exploration. Oil exploration. Detrimental.
Causing harm.
Detrimental effect. Detrimental effect. Detrimental to health. Detrimental to health. Environmentally detrimental. Environmentally detrimental. Dialect.
A regional form of language.
Speak in dialect. Speak in dialect. Regional dialect. Regional dialect. Unique dialect. Unique dialect. Prevention.
The act of stopping something.
Disease prevention. Disease prevention. Fire prevention. Fire prevention. Crime prevention. Crime prevention. Undertake.
To accept responsibility.
Undertake a project. Undertake a project. Undertake a task. Undertake a task. Undertake responsibility. Undertake responsibility. Reluctant.
Not willing to do something.
Reluctant to speak. Reluctant to speak. Reluctant agreement. Reluctant agreement. Reluctant reply. Reluctant reply. Neutral.
Not taking sides.
Stay neutral. Stay neutral. Neutral color. Neutral color. Neutral position. Neutral position. Influential.
Having the power to affect.
Influential person. Influential person. Highly influential. Highly influential. Influential leader. Influential leader. Midday.
The middle of the day.
Arrive at midday. Arrive at midday. Midday sun. Midday sun. Midday meal. Midday meal. Acquaint.
To make someone aware.
Acquaint with rules. Acquaint with rules. Acquaint oneself with. Acquaint oneself with. Acquaint new staff. Acquaint new staff. Apparatus.
A tool or set of tools.
Lab apparatus. Lab apparatus. Firefighting apparatus. Firefighting apparatus. Complex apparatus. Complex apparatus. Cradle.
A small bed for a baby, or to gently hold.
Rock the cradle. Rock the cradle. Cradle of civilization. Cradle of civilization. Cradle the phone. Cradle the phone. Noun.
A word that names something.
Common noun. Common noun. Proper noun. Proper noun. Countable noun. Countable noun. Foam.
A mass of small bubbles.
Shaving foam. Shaving foam. Foam mattress. Foam mattress. Foam at the mouth. Foam at the mouth. Forgetful.
Often forgetting things.
Become forgetful. Become forgetful. Forgetful behavior. Forgetful behavior. Forgetful old man. Forgetful old man. Disgrace.
Loss of respect.
Bring disgrace. Bring disgrace. Public disgrace. Public disgrace. Disgraced official. Disgraced official. Scar.
A mark left on the skin.
Deep scar. Deep scar. Emotional scar. Emotional scar. Scar from surgery. Scar from surgery. Disappointed.
Feeling let down.
Feel disappointed. Feel disappointed. Look disappointed. Look disappointed. Disappointed in result. Disappointed in result. Grocery.
Store selling food.
Go to grocery. Go to grocery. Grocery shopping. Grocery shopping. Buy groceries. Buy groceries. Throne.
The chair of a monarch.
Ascend the throne. Ascend the throne. Heir to the throne. Heir to the throne. Royal throne. Royal throne. Pullover.
A sweater without buttons.
Wear a pullover. Wear a pullover. Wool pullover. Wool pullover. Pullover jumper. Pullover jumper. Accommodation.
A place to stay.
Book accommodation. Book accommodation. Student accommodation. Student accommodation. Adaptation and accommodation. Adaptation and accommodation. Architect.
A person who designs buildings.
Famous architect. Famous architect. Building architect. Building architect. Chief architect. Chief architect. Stride.
To walk with long steps or progress.
Take a stride. Take a stride. Make great strides. Make great strides. Stride confidently. Stride confidently. Mummy.
A preserved dead body.
Ancient mummy. Ancient mummy. Egyptian mummy. Egyptian mummy. Mummy in a tomb. Mummy in a tomb. Assignment.
A specific task given.
Homework assignment. Homework assignment. Complete an assignment. Complete an assignment. Class assignment. Class assignment. Impatient.
Not willing to wait.
Impatient tone. Impatient tone. Get impatient. Get impatient. Impatient for results. Impatient for results. Inquire.
To ask for information.
Inquire about prices. Inquire about prices. Inquire politely. Inquire politely. Inquire further. Inquire further. Murmur.
A soft sound or to speak softly.
Soft murmur. Soft murmur. Murmur in sleep. Murmur in sleep. Murmur complaints. Murmur complaints. Acute.
Sharp or severe.
Acute pain. Acute pain. Acute angle. Acute angle. Acute sense. Acute sense. Undergraduate.
A student at university.
Undergraduate degree. Undergraduate degree. Undergraduate studies. Undergraduate studies. Undergraduate program. Undergraduate program. Invasion.
An unwelcome entrance.
Military invasion. Military invasion. Invasion of privacy. Invasion of privacy. Alien invasion. Alien invasion. Plunge.
To dive or fall quickly.
Plunge into water. Plunge into water. Plunge in prices. Plunge in prices. Take the plunge. Take the plunge. Perfume.
A pleasant fragrance.
Wear perfume. Wear perfume. Sweet perfume. Sweet perfume. Perfume the air. Perfume the air. Halt.
To stop or bring to stop.
Bring to a halt. Bring to a halt. Halt the project. Halt the project. Come to a halt. Come to a halt. Provider.
One who supplies something.
Service provider. Service provider. Main provider. Main provider. Healthcare provider. Healthcare provider. Mischief.
Playful misbehavior.
Get into mischief. Get into mischief. Childish mischief. childish mischief, harmless mischief, harmless mischief. Sneeze,
To blow air from the nose suddenly.
sneeze loudly, sneeze loudly. Can't stop sneezing, can't stop sneezing. Cover your sneeze, cover your sneeze. Roar,
A loud deep sound.
lion roars, lion roars. Roar of laughter, roar of laughter. Engine roar, engine roar. Plainly,
In a clear manner.
plainly visible, plainly visible. Speak plainly, speak plainly. Plainly wrong, plainly wrong. Shipping,
Sending goods.
free shipping, free shipping. International shipping, international shipping. Shipping fee, shipping fee. Architecture,
The art of designing buildings.
modern architecture, modern architecture. Study architecture, study architecture. Architecture style, architecture style. Uncover,
To reveal or expose.
uncover secrets, uncover secrets. Uncover the truth, uncover the truth. Uncover evidence, uncover evidence. Embassy,
A diplomatic office.
visit the embassy, visit the embassy. Embassy staff, embassy staff. Embassy building, embassy building. Pessimistic,
Expecting bad outcomes.
pessimistic view, pessimistic view. Feel pessimistic, feel pessimistic. Pessimistic attitude, pessimistic attitude. Assurance,
A promise or confidence.
give assurance, give assurance. Self-assurance, self-assurance. Insurance assurance, insurance assurance. Evaluate,
To assess or judge.
evaluate performance, evaluate performance. Evaluate results, evaluate results. Carefully evaluate, carefully evaluate. Graceful,
Elegant in movement.
graceful dancer, graceful dancer. Graceful posture, graceful posture. Graceful movements, graceful movements. Abolish,
To officially end.
abolish slavery, Abolish slavery. Abolish a law. Abolish a law. Abolish tradition. Abolish tradition. Carve.
To cut into a shape.
Carve a statue. Carve a statue. Carve meat. Carve meat. Carve initials. Carve initials. Portray.
To show or describe.
Portray a character. Portray a character. Accurately portray. Accurately portray. Portray emotions. Portray emotions. Remarkably.
In a noticeable way.
Remarkably well. Remarkably well. Remarkably different. Remarkably different. Remarkably improved. Remarkably improved. Exceed.
To go beyond a limit.
Exceed expectations. Exceed expectations. Exceed the limit. Exceed the limit. Exceed in number. Exceed in number. Revive.
To bring back to life or activity.
Revive a tradition. Revive a tradition. Revive the patient. Revive the patient. Revive interest. Revive interest. Deprive.
To take something away.
Deprive of rights. Deprive of rights. Deprive children of sleep. Deprive children of sleep. Deprive access. Deprive access. Legend.
A traditional story or famous person.
Ancient legend. Ancient legend. Sports legend. Sports legend. Legend of the hero. Legend of the hero. Complexity.
The state of being complex.
Technical complexity. Technical complexity. Understand the complexity. Understand the complexity. Deal with complexity. Deal with complexity. Overtake.
To move ahead of.
Overtake a car. Overtake a car. Overtake in race. Overtake in race. Overtake rivals. Overtake rivals. Harmless.
Not dangerous.
Harmless joke. Harmless joke. Completely harmless. Completely harmless. Harmless creature. Harmless creature. Consent.
To agree or permission.
Give consent. Give consent. Parental consent. Parental consent. Consent form. Consent form. Ornament.
A decorative item.
Christmas ornament. Christmas ornament. Wall ornament. Wall ornament. Ornament the room. Ornament the room. Idiot.
A very foolish person.
Act like an idiot. Act like an idiot. Feel like an idiot. Feel like an idiot. Complete idiot. Complete idiot. Plural.
More than one.
Plural form. Plural form. Plural nouns. Plural nouns. Plural endings. Plural endings. Provincial.
Relating to a province or region.
Provincial town. Provincial town. Provincial government. Provincial government. Provincial culture. Provincial culture. Removal.
The act of taking away.
Stain removal. Stain removal. Removal of trash. Removal of trash. Removal service. Removal service. Diarrhea.
Frequent watery bowel movements.
Severe diarrhea. Severe diarrhea. Suffer from diarrhea. Suffer from diarrhea. Diarrhea medicine. Diarrhea medicine. Brim.
The edge or to be full.
Brim of a hat. Brim of a hat. Brim with joy. Brim with joy. Fill to the brim. Fill to the brim. Dwelling.
A place where someone lives.
Traditional dwelling. Traditional dwelling. Urban dwelling. Urban dwelling. Permanent dwelling. Permanent dwelling. Gravity.
Force pulling things down or seriousness.
Law of gravity. Law of gravity. Gravity of the situation. Gravity of the situation. Defy gravity. Defy gravity. Diverse.
Showing variety.
Diverse cultures. Diverse cultures. Diverse opinions. Diverse opinions. Diverse group. Diverse group. Pledge.
A solemn promise.
Pledge of loyalty. Pledge of loyalty. Pledge money. Pledge money. Pledge to support. Pledge to support. Anticipation.
The act of expecting.
In anticipation of. In anticipation of. Eager anticipation. Eager anticipation. Filled with anticipation. Filled with anticipation. Simultaneously.
At the same time.
Speak simultaneously. Speak simultaneously. Run simultaneously. Run simultaneously. Occur simultaneously. Occur simultaneously. Soak.
To make thoroughly wet.
Soak in water. Soak in water. Get soaked. Get soaked. Soak clothes. Soak clothes. Supplement.
Something added.
Dietary supplement. Dietary supplement. Supplement income. Supplement income. Supplement with notes. Supplement with notes. Inevitably.
As a certain to happen.
Inevitably fail. Inevitably fail. Inevitably lead to. Inevitably lead to. React inevitably. React inevitably. Crouch.
To bend low.
Crouch down. Crouch down. Crouch in fear. Crouch in fear. Crouch behind. Crouch behind. Rip.
To tear apart.
Rip the paper. Rip the paper. Rip jeans. Rip jeans. Big rip. Big rip. Supervision.
The act of overseeing.
Under supervision. Under supervision. Close supervision. Close supervision. Need supervision. Need supervision. Comical.
Funny in a silly way.
Comical expression. Comical expression. Comical scene. Comical scene. Look comical. Look comical. Counsel.
Advice or legal help.
Seek counsel. Seek counsel. Legal counsel. Legal counsel. Counsel patience. Counsel patience. Metaphor.
A figure of speech.
Use a metaphor. Use a metaphor. Powerful metaphor. Powerful metaphor. Metaphor for life. Metaphor for life. Compensation.
Something given for loss.
Seek compensation. Seek compensation. Financial compensation. Financial compensation. Compensation package. Compensation package. Impolite.
Not showing good manners.
Impolite behavior. Impolite behavior. Impolite remark. Impolite remark. Impolite tone. Impolite tone. Pastry.
Sweet baked food.
Eat a pastry. Eat a pastry. Pastry shop. Pastry shop. Delicious pastry. Delicious pastry. Remainder.
What is left over?
The remainder of the day. The remainder of the day. Remainder of books. Remainder of books. Leave a remainder. Leave a remainder. Biography.
A written life story.
Read a biography. Read a biography. Famous biography. Famous biography. Biography of a leader. Biography of a leader. Persistent.
Refusing to give up.
Persistent effort. Persistent effort. Persistent noise. Persistent noise. Persistent rain. Persistent rain. Rubbish.
Garbage or nonsense.
Throw away rubbish. Throw away rubbish. Talk rubbish. Talk rubbish. Household rubbish. Household rubbish. Shameful.
Deserving shame.
Shameful behavior. Shameful behavior. Shameful secret. Shameful secret. Shameful history. Shameful history. Vanity.
Excessive pride.
Full of vanity. Full of vanity. Personal vanity. Personal vanity. Vanity project. Vanity project. Umpire.
A person who enforces rules.
Baseball umpire. Baseball umpire. Act as umpire. Act as umpire. Argue with the umpire. Argue with the umpire. Intensity.
Extreme degree of something.
Emotional intensity. Emotional intensity. Light intensity. Light intensity. High intensity. High intensity. Diplomat.
A person handling international relations.
Skilled diplomat. Skilled diplomat. Foreign diplomat. Foreign diplomat. Act as a diplomat. Act as a diplomat. Naval.
Related to Navy.
Naval base. Naval base. Naval force. Naval force. Naval battle. Naval battle. Sway.
Move back and forth.
Sway in wind. Sway in wind. Under one's sway. Under one's sway. Sway opinion. Sway opinion. Microscope.
Tool for seeing small things.
Use a microscope. Use a microscope. Microscope lens. Microscope lens. View under microscope. View under microscope. Probe.
Examine closely.
Space probe. Space probe. Probe into the truth. Probe into the truth. Probe carefully. Probe carefully. Geometry.
Branch of math about shapes.
Study geometry. Study geometry. Geometry problem. Geometry problem. Euclidean geometry. Euclidean geometry. Fuzzy.
Not clear.
Fuzzy picture. Fuzzy picture. Fuzzy memory. Fuzzy memory. Fuzzy logic. Fuzzy logic. Skyscraper.
Very tall building.
Build a skyscraper. Build a skyscraper. Skyscraper in city. Skyscraper in city. Glass skyscraper. Glass skyscraper. Deceit.
Act of lying or tricking.
Practice deceit. Practice deceit. Web of deceit. Web of deceit. Lie and deceit. Lie and deceit. Rebellion.
Organized resistance.
Start a rebellion. Start a rebellion. Crush a rebellion. Crush a rebellion. Act of rebellion. Act of rebellion. Isolation.
Being alone or apart.
Social isolation. Social isolation. Isolation room. Isolation room. Emotional isolation. Emotional isolation. Nobility.
Quality of being noble.
Born into nobility. Born into nobility. Nobility of spirit. Nobility of spirit. Ancient nobility. Ancient nobility. Spit.
To force saliva out.
Spit on ground. Spit on ground. Spit blood. Spit blood. Spit in anger. Spit in anger. Obstacle.
Something that blocks.
Overcome an obstacle. Overcome an obstacle. Main obstacle. Main obstacle. Face obstacles. Face obstacles. Chairperson.
Leader of a meeting.
Act as chairperson. Act as chairperson. Committee chairperson. Committee chairperson. Chairperson's duties. Chairperson's duties. Embarrassed.
Feeling shame.
Look embarrassed. Look embarrassed. Feel embarrassed. Feel embarrassed. Embarrassed silence. Embarrassed silence. Plentiful.
In large quantity.
Plentiful food. Plentiful food. Plentiful supply. Plentiful supply. Plentiful resources. Plentiful resources. Orchard.
Place for fruit trees.
Apple orchard. Apple orchard. Orchard in bloom. Orchard in bloom. Visit an orchard. Visit an orchard. Fatigue.
Extreme tiredness.
Feel fatigue. Feel fatigue. Mental fatigue. Mental fatigue. Fatigue sets in. Fatigue sets in. Attendance.
Act of being present.
School attendance. School attendance. High attendance. High attendance. Check attendance. Check attendance. Probability.
The chance of something happening.
High probability. High probability. Calculate probability. Calculate probability. Probability of rain. Probability of rain. Prediction.
A statement about the future.
Make a prediction. Make a prediction. Accurate prediction. Accurate prediction. Weather prediction. Weather prediction. Ownership.
The act of owning something.
Claim ownership. Claim ownership. Transfer ownership. Transfer ownership. Proof of ownership. Proof of ownership. Equation.
A mathematical statement.
Solve an equation. Solve an equation. Mathematical equation. Mathematical equation. Complex equation. Complex equation. Accounting.
Recording financial transactions.
Study accounting. Study accounting. Accounting firm. Accounting firm. Basic accounting. Basic accounting. Shatter.
To break suddenly and violently.
Shatter glass. Shatter glass. Shatter dreams. Shatter dreams. Shatter confidence. Shatter confidence. Preliminary.
coming before the main part.
Preliminary test. Preliminary test. Preliminary results. Preliminary results. Preliminary meeting. Preliminary meeting. Endurance.
The ability to last.
Mental endurance. Mental endurance. Build endurance. Build endurance. Test of endurance. Test of endurance. Fleet.
A group of ships or vehicles.
Naval fleet. Naval fleet. Truck fleet. Truck fleet. Fleet of taxis. Fleet of taxis. Comet.
A space object with a tail.
See a comet. See a comet. Bright comet. Bright comet. Halley's comet. Halley's comet. Cozy.
Pleasant and warm.
Cozy room. Cozy room. Feel cozy. Feel cozy. Cozy atmosphere. Cozy atmosphere. Speculation.
Ideas or theories without proof.
Pure speculation. Pure speculation. Market speculation. Market speculation. Engage in speculation. Engage in speculation. Execute.
To carry out a plan or to kill legally.
Execute a plan. Execute a plan. Execute a program. Execute a program. Execute a criminal. Execute a criminal. Masterpiece.
A great piece of work.
Artistic masterpiece. Artistic masterpiece. Create a masterpiece. Create a masterpiece. Literary masterpiece. Literary masterpiece. Nun.
A woman devoted to religion.
Catholic nun. Catholic nun. Become a nun. Become a nun. Nun in a convent. Nun in a convent. Discrimination.
Unfair treatment.
Racial discrimination. Racial discrimination. Gender discrimination. Gender discrimination. Fight discrimination. Fight discrimination. Bounce.
To spring back.
Bounce a ball. Bounce a ball. High bounce. High bounce. Bounce off the wall. Bounce off the wall. Blueprint.
A detailed plan.
Architectural blueprint. Architectural blueprint. Follow the blueprint. Follow the blueprint. Blueprint for success. Blueprint for success. Disturbing.
Causing worry.
Disturbing news. Disturbing news. Disturbing behavior. Disturbing behavior. Find it disturbing. Find it disturbing. Attentive.
Paying close attention.
Attentive listener. Attentive listener. Be attentive to. Be attentive to. Attentive service. Attentive service. Mock.
To make fun of or imitate.
Mock exam. Mock exam. Mock someone. Mock someone. Mock battle. Mock battle. Receptionist.
Person who greets visitors.
Friendly receptionist. Friendly receptionist. Hotel receptionist. Hotel receptionist. Call the receptionist. Call the receptionist. Identification.
Proving or recognizing identity.
Show identification. Show identification. Facial identification. Facial identification. Require identification. Require identification. Prey.
Animal hunted for food.
Natural prey. Natural prey. Fall prey to. Fall prey to. Prey animal. Prey animal. Shrine.
A holy place.
Visit a shrine. Visit a shrine. Shinto shrine. Shinto shrine. Shrine festival. Shrine festival. Solitary.
Being alone.
Solitary life. Solitary life. Solitary confinement. Solitary confinement. Solitary tree. Solitary tree. Diminish.
To make smaller.
Diminish returns. Diminish returns. Diminish importance. Diminish importance. Pain diminishes. Pain diminishes. Cue.
A signal to act.
Give a cue. Give a cue. Visual cue. Visual cue. Miss the cue. Miss the cue. Scramble.
Move quickly or struggle.
Scramble for seats. Scramble for seats. Scramble up the hill. Scramble up the hill. Scrambled eggs. Scrambled eggs. Counselor.
Member of a council.
City councilor. City councilor. Elected counselor. Elected counselor. Speak to a counselor. Speak to a counselor. Federation.
Group of United States or organizations.
Federal government. Federal government. Sports federation. Sports federation. Join a federation. Join a federation. Inexpensive.
Not costly.
Inexpensive item. Inexpensive item. Inexpensive restaurant. Inexpensive restaurant. Relatively inexpensive. Relatively inexpensive. Astronomer.
A scientist who studies space.
Famous astronomer. Famous astronomer. Work as an astronomer. Work as an astronomer. Astronomer's telescope. Astronomer's telescope. Multitude.
A large number of.
Multitude of stars. Multitude of stars. Great multitude. Great multitude. Multitude of reasons. Multitude of reasons. Lumber.
Wood for building.
Cut lumber. Cut lumber. Pile of lumber. Pile of lumber. Lumber mill. Lumber mill. Hostile.
Showing opposition.
Hostile attitude. Hostile attitude. Hostile takeover. Hostile takeover. Feel hostile. Feel hostile. Bilingual.
Speaking 2 languages.
Bilingual child. Bilingual child. Bilingual education. Bilingual education. Become bilingual. Become bilingual. Insistence.
Firm demand.
Her insistence. Her insistence. Insistence on honesty. Insistence on honesty. Refuse with insistence. Refuse with insistence. Administrative.
Related to managing.
Administrative tasks. Administrative tasks. Administrative office. Administrative office. Administrative duties. Administrative duties. Staircase.
A set of stairs.
Climb the staircase. Climb the staircase. Spiral staircase. Spiral staircase. Grand staircase. Grand staircase.